Hi, I'm Nelson Davis, executive producer of Making It. Remember the old saying, the customer's always right? That philosophy helped America become a global business powerhouse. But is it relevant in today's changing world? Well, the answer is an unqualified yes. And it makes smart business sense, as you'll see in the stories on today's show. You'll meet two entrepreneurs who believe the customer is king. King Midas, in fact. They've expanded their businesses by listening carefully to what the customer wants and then adding those products or services. You can learn all about it right now. Making It, featuring inspiring personal stories of struggle, triumph, and success from America's small business communities.
Hello and welcome to Making It. I'm Lynette Romero.
And I'm Gail Anderson, sitting in for Emmett Miller. Janice Brown started her career as a legal person working for a large law firm, but after a while, she became disenchanted with the corporate world and wanted to do things her way. So she decided to form her own business, the Brown Law Group.
To Janice, her way means forming a team that believes in a collaborative, non-competitive effort and spirit. Each person must know the roles they play and support each other in achieving their goals. It could be called the Zen approach to the work environment. There's even a prosperity tree in the corner of the office.
But Janice is still the boss, and the management duties still fall all on her. She must oversee personnel, administration, finance, sales, production, marketing, and quality control. And of course, it would be a huge challenge for anyone. But does her Zen approach help?
Janice Brown is centered, focused, and having fun practicing law her way. Meet the Brown Law Group.
I love the business of law. And what I love about it best is that I like having a vision. I like literally, meditating, thinking about a vision, and actually seeing it come to fruition. And that's what I've done here. I thought about having an office that had these beautiful views of the park and the airplanes coming through. I thought about having happy lawyers. I thought about being successful. I thought about being interviewed on TV about things about being successful. And by visualizing it, I believe that the chance of that thing coming true is just more apt to happen. At the beginning of every year, I begin a process where I have all of the lawyers identify what their goals are. And then we meet with a facilitator who's a graphic artist. And when people begin to talk in the meeting about their goals, he draws them. This visual that we create through this collaborative effort is something that we use throughout the year. And we look at it and it helps us see that we are achieving our objectives and our goals.
Visualization is only part of the equation. Janice has created a true collaborative work environment.
Well, the first thing I do is I ask my staff, in order to have them follow me as a leader, is I ask them to be themselves. Because I believe authenticity is what creates an environment where people feel comfortable. And the other one is I ask them what they want. By asking them what they want, they ask me what I want, and then that creates the mutual process where they follow.
The Brown Law Group practices a unique brand of law.
We are trial lawyers. That's our specialty. But because of our trial experience, we also focus in an area of law that we call preventative law. In other words, what we do is we go to companies and help them prevent lawsuits. We go into companies and we try to spot problems before they happen. We do training with their employees. We look at their contracts. We try to find areas that could be potential problems and have them corrected before a lawsuit is filed.
One of Brown's most valued clients is Sempra Energy.
My relationship with Sempra began with this woman named Mary Woods, who's in-house counsel with SDGE, a predecessor of Sempra. And she was very encouraging and supportive of me as a young lawyer, as an associate in a big firm. I asked her for business and I didn't even know how to do it. And she was so engaging and she thought I was cute in asking for this business that she encouraged me and helped me. I had not received anyone who was a customer or a client giving me that kind of support and encouragement. That led to her introducing me to other people within the company. My current relationship with Sempra is a symbiotic one. They call me for issues, I call them for issues. If I see that there's an issue, that if I hear something in the wind that I think can help the company, I call them. It's been really a wonderful relationship. I feel very honored because they could pick a number of law firms and they've picked mine to work with.
Janice has faced some challenges, but she believes that a challenge is just an opportunity to be courageous.
The most difficult aspect in running my own firm is not having enough time to do all that I want to do. I think the second biggest challenge is not letting other people's limitations impact you. Because as a black woman, there are people that think you should only go so far, and not to embrace any of that and to define what you want to do for yourself, I think is an important thing that I remind myself at all times.
Janice Brown has built a successful law firm, and she's just getting started.
I'm restructuring my firm so that I can have some more opportunities, because I also think that it's important for me to give back to the community, and I'm getting involved in more political issues. I want to become more involved in the community, and that means I have to do less law. So I'm restructuring my business so that I can do more to give back to the community and focus less on law, but I have an amazing staff and they do wonderful work for me. So I feel that I'm ready for this next step.
Great story. Janice mentioned that one of her biggest clients is Sempra Utilities. Sempra is a Fortune 500 energy services company, which is based in San Diego, California. In 2005, Sempra generated more than $11 billion in revenues. We'll talk more about that later in the show.
Okay, so do you know the most effective way to get potential clients interested in you and your business? How to create a buzz after you've left the room. In Secrets of Success, Stephanie Palmer says to take a tip from Hollywood.
The phrase good in a room is a common Hollywood term used to describe screenwriters who present their ideas effectively. If you have an idea or a project that you'd like to present, you can use some of the same techniques to help you sell it. You probably already have some written marketing materials, but I recommend that you create a verbal teaser to present your idea, because the way that you present it verbally is very different from something that's intended to be read. Like a good movie trailer, a teaser accomplishes 4 main goals. It hooks or engages the person's attention initially. It clarifies the idea in a concise and compelling way. It doesn't give away too much information, and most importantly, it leaves them wanting more. If you present your idea in a way that feels familiar or it's as the person expects, it's unlikely to generate much enthusiasm. But if you can come up with something clever or unexpected, you'll have them talking about your idea after you've left the room, and that's exactly what it really means to be good in a room.
And for more information, you can reach Stephanie Palmer at Good in a Room. Her website is www.goodinaroom.com. And you can watch streaming video of more Secrets of Success on our website at makingittv.com.
Our next entrepreneur disagreed with his boss's philosophy and decided that he could do it better. But did he? Stay tuned to see if this live wire makes the right power connections right after this.
Your window on the world of small business, Making It, is being brought to you by Southern California Gas Company, glad to be of service, The Boeing Company, and by Bank of America, higher standards.
One courageous decision, right?
I
Just
love
one.
that.
That's all you need.
It's so true.
That's all you need.
Welcome back to Making It. Today we're looking at entrepreneurs who prioritize taking their business cues from their customers. What our stories have in common is that both got tired of taking orders from other people, so they started their own companies. And they also share a common client, Sempra Energy.
Sempra operates utilities and develops energy infrastructure. It services more than 29 million consumers in the United States, Europe, Mexico, Canada, South America, and Asia.
Now, all of this is very good news for Robert Zamarripa. His company, One Source Distributors, handles electrical components, and Sempra is one of their biggest clients. OneSource Distributors now has annual sales of $210 million. But of course, this wasn't always the case. Xiomara Galinda has more on Robert's less prosperous days and how his business became energized when he got plugged in.
Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. Most people think of electrical distribution and things that we do, and they don't have any idea what it is, but there's a tremendous market of product out there that has to be supplied every day, and a lot of it is short cycle, which needs to be supplied. You get a call today, you have to supply it tomorrow, and some of it's long cycle, which is a project type of job. So we do both, and it's constant.
Bob, why did you take the risk of starting your own business?
You know, that's a good question. I looked at it back in 1983 as, I didn't look at it as a risk. I looked at it as really an opportunity. I was unhappy with the company I was with. It had just been purchased. The management group was very different. We kind of philosophically didn't agree on certain things. I was young and just inexperienced enough to voice that opinion, way too often for those guys. And so I got fed up with it and decided that why don't I do this on my own? And I was young enough, so I thought, I can always get a job. And so I went and we started the business, and from there we built it, year by year, and here we are now.
Who funded the company then in 1983?
Well, myself, my partner Paul Judge, who's still with us today. He invested some capital. My father invested some capital, and then from there we went to the bank, and the bank we presented a business plan, and the bank put a small business loan together, and we moved forward with that financing at the time. And it was very fortunate because the industry now has changed, dramatically, and to be able to start a business with a very limited amount of capital now would be almost impossible to do. So we hit the timing right.
Why did you begin the assembly and manufacturing capabilities?
We started the assembly and manufacturing division, basically out of a customer request. If you look at OneSource's history and kind of the milestones and the plateaus we broke through, it was all driven by customers. Customer request asked us to do something, and then from our perspective, we're business folks, so we're somewhat paranoid that if we don't do it, they'll take the business somewhere else. And then we're entrepreneurs, so we thought, well, why don't we do it? And fortunately, my partner Paul is always pushing, always asking us to kind of go the extra mile and do things that take us out of our comfort zone at times, and particularly me. So we decided that it was a big value for our customers. They were asking for our products to be assembled versus us just supplying parts. So from there, we've grown a pretty big business that adds a lot of value to our customers, and we have been able to be successful at it over the last 5 years. So.
Smart move. What are your challenges as a business owner?
I think the challenge that I look at in the future is really continued associate employee development. The biggest benefit to our business and the biggest value to us is our people. And we've got to continue to invest in the resources to try and allow them to progress in their careers, be a great place to work, take care of their customers, take care of the company, so they can grow the business, grow their income, put their kids through college. It's important to us to develop that. And we've got to find the right people. They've got to culturally fit, and we've got to get them here, and we've got to keep them motivated and keep them on the team. That to me is the biggest challenge that I see in the future.
What is your relationship with Sempra Energy?
We've got a terrific relationship with Sempra. We got involved with Sempra Energy through the San Diego Gas and Electric Division. We had some great contacts there that we developed over the years. Some people that are just very dynamic at SDGE. Sean Farrar is the senior leader in their diversity business development. Robert Olivas, Margot Kidd, who's the vice president. They've just been very supportive in helping us do things again that took us out of our comfort zone. They thought we could do certain things. At times, we were looking at it like, does this really sound like we should be doing this? And we did it. So you need people like that to push your customers, and they've done that. The Southern California Gas Group, again, is another part of Sempra that's been very strategically important to us. So we've got terrific relationships there, and we provide a lot of products to Southern Cal Gas. So both of those have been great opportunities. But again, it gets back to customers seeing something in the business that they thought we could provide a value that at the time maybe we didn't even see it, but they saw it and said, we want you guys to try and do this. And it pushed us a little bit, but I think we've hopefully exceeded their expectations as a supplier.
What an amazing success story. Robert's primary customer is San Diego Gas and Electric. His 5-year business plan includes expanding his company to Northern California, Nevada, and Arizona. He hopes by investing in the latest technology, he'll be able to increase his revenues to $350 million.
And coming up next, our studio guest has information on how your business could get involved with Sempra Utilities. He's Frank Urtasun, the Director of Diverse Business Enterprises at Sempra. We'll meet him when we return, so don't go away.
You can reach Janice Brown of Brown Law Group at www.brownlawsd.com. And you can contact Robert Samarippa at OneSource Distributors. His website is www.onesourcedis.com. Now let's turn things over to Lynette, who's in studio with our special guest.
Thanks, Gail. Mr. Frank Urtasun is the Director of Diverse Business Enterprises at San Diego Gas and Electric. Now, Frank manages the Supplier Diversity Program, which is responsible for bringing in a unique group of business owners. Sempra Energy is committed to its suppliers in many ways, and one way is helping small businesses develop. Welcome to Making It. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Great. Let's just jump right into business here. I understand that Sempra Energy, through your two California utilities, San Diego Gas and Electric, and Southern California Gas Company, you serve nearly 20 million customers. Can you tell us more about those companies and exactly what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. There are two regulated utility companies here in California. And Southern California Gas Company, it's serving millions of customers from the Central Valley down to the Orange County line. Is the distributor of natural gas. And San Diego Gas and Electric Company is our gas and electric utility based in San Diego, serving 3.4 million gas and electric customers. What I do for them is I handle their supplier diversity program, and I make sure that we see that we can open opportunities for minorities and women and service-disabled veteran-owned companies. As you can imagine, utility companies procure billions of dollars in products and services. We make sure that with my team that we're able to open opportunities for those small businesses out there that can get a chance to do business with us.
Can you be more specific about your role right now, and then also the Supplier Diversity Program and exactly how it works specifically?
Sure. We have goals here in the state of California, regulated by the Public Utilities Commission, to make sure that we have business opportunities for those different market segments. So what we do is we go out and we look for businesses that can do business with us. We mentor businesses that show a lot of promise. We help them grow. We take certain chances with them. We incubate them, so to speak, and help them so that they can become bigger businesses. And in all kinds of areas. As you can imagine, utility companies procure everything from electric transmission equipment to computers to all kinds of different things. So we look for businesses in all those areas, and we look to see if they can do business with us, and if so, we help them grow.
So you're really out there actively searching as opposed to waiting for people to come to you?
All the time. It happens both ways, quite frankly, but oftentimes we're out looking for those kinds of customers that can be the right fit to do business with us.
What do you think really distinguishes you? What sets you apart from everybody else doing the same thing?
Well, we've had a great deal of success in our program. A lot of it is attributed to the fact that we started this over 30 years ago, and the fact that it's part of the core values of our company. From the president of our company all the way down to the department manager, everybody knows that supplier diversity is a key component of our company. And quite frankly, it's a business program for us, and we treat it that way. Everybody looks for those kinds of opportunities. And oftentimes what we're able to get is we're able to get savings for our customers by being able to bring in small minority-owned businesses that can provide a product or a service for us at a lower price.
Can you be real specific about that? What have you done for those suppliers to really develop them that you're talking about here?
Well, we'll take a business that shows a lot of promise, right? And what we'll do is sometimes they need a little polishing when it comes to the running of their business. So we'll put them through the UCLA Entrepreneurial Management Program, where we'll help them to learn how to read a balance sheet, how to set a strategic plan, how to establish goals, how to manage their business better. And so once we set them through there, they come out a better prepared business person, right? That will help them grow. There's times when we will take a business that shows promise and we'll incubate them. We will put them under a larger business and hold their hand, so to speak, and help them grow that business, gaining the experience that they need in order to be able to do business with a large corporation like ours.
So sometimes you really need to overhaul everything, and other times they just need some fine-tuning. It really just depends. So it's case by case.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, they're all on a case-by-case basis.
What do you see as the future for the opportunities for minority and small business owners?
I think the future is great. It's quite bright. The utility companies in California today are spending at record levels the products and services that they're procuring. And so the opportunities are greater now. And they're greater in all kinds of different areas. The construction industry, for example, is huge for us. There's also a great deal of opportunities today in the legal and financial services area. But it crosses across all areas. There's great opportunities for us. And whether you can do business directly with us or you can do business as a subcontractor to a large company, the opportunities, we believe, are endless.
Well, as we were saying in the break that it's my dream to have a small business one day. So as a small business owner, if I were to finally reach that dream, what advice could you give me to really get my foot in the door as a small business owner?
Well, first thing, you always want to study the company that you want to work with. So learn a lot about our company. Try to distinguish yourself. Try to distinguish yourself from the others. Try to identify a product or service where there's not as much competition, so to speak. So that's a good way that you want to do. For example, there's a lot of business that's very competitive in the computer hardware business or in the specialty product giveaway business. There's a lot of competition there. I would say to a small business person like yourself, look for an area where there's less competition.
Do your homework.
Do your homework.
Right.
Study us.
Okay, fantastic. Great advice. I'm inspired.
Good.
Thank you very much. We're going to tell you how to reach diverse business enterprises at Sempra Utilities when we return.
In the spirit of American small business, Making It is being brought to you by Honda, the power of dreams. By San Diego Gas and Electric, serving you today, planning for tomorrow. And by Comerica Bank. We listen, we understand, we make it work.
If you'd like to contact Frank or Tassin and Diverse Business Enterprises at Sempra Utilities, log on to www.sempra.com.
And the Making It website offers a wealth of resources to entrepreneurs. You can post a picture of yourself and your business, and you can also order a copy of today's show. These benefits and lots more at www.makingittv.com.
Well, that wraps it up for this edition of Making It. I'm Gail Anderson, sitting in for Emmett Miller.
And I'm Lynette Romero. Join us next time.
And here's our final thought.
I hope most of the folks here think that I'm a good leader and a good teacher. I love to be able to teach them what I've learned. They teach me every day. I mean, our people teach me something new every day. I truly love coming to work every day because of the people side. And a lot of business folks you hear that's, the people side drives them crazy. I like the interaction. I love the customers. I love the people we have here. And nothing gets me more excited than seeing our people succeed.